Jai Guruji Sangat Ji. Today I am reciting the 19th chapter of the great divine book of Guruji, Surcharged with Divine Love, written by Sukhmani Aunty. Let no man in the world live in delusion. Without a Guru, none can cross over to the other shore. Guru Nanak. The word Guru is derived from the Sanskrit language and has a very deep spiritual meaning. Its two syllables, Gu and Ru, stand for the following. Gu means spiritual ignorance and darkness that most of us are in. Ru means light to radiance of spiritual knowledge that dispels the darkness of spiritual ignorance. In short, the Guru is the one who dispels the darkness of spiritual ignorance and gives them spiritual knowledge. सात जन्म ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣ ਦੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਔਰ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਦ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ. Meaning, you have to desire and seek a guru for a period of 7 lifetimes before you can find a true guru. Guruji said this. ਹਰ ਮਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ 10 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ. ਉਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਹਾਪੁਰਸ਼ ਟੇਕ ਓਵਰ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Every mother is the guru of her child till the child reaches the age of 10 years. After that we Mahapurush take over. What is a guru? कुमति खींच चेला भरा, गुरु ज्ञान जल होए, जन्म जन्म का मोर्चा, पल में डारे धोए. Kabir ji said, a disciple is full of mud of ignorance. A guru is water of knowledge. Whatever impurities are accumulated in many births, he cleans in one moment. A guru is one who holds the key to your liberation. Without a guru, one keeps coming and going and is stuck in the cycle of birth and death. From time to time, a true guru appears to save human beings from the clutches of Maya. He makes us realize that life is not all about eating, drinking, sleeping, or gathering material things. We have all come on this earth with a purpose. A true guru thus comes to remind us of our true identity and purpose. As Guruji once said, ਖਾਣਾ ਪੀਣਾ ਤੇ ਸੋਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਮਨੁੱਖ ਜਨਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਪਾ ਸਕੀਏ. ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਗਰਭ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਚੀਖਾਂ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੇ ਰੱਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਦੇ, ਮੈਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਾਂਗਾ. ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਹਵਾ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. All life forms eat, drink and sleep, but only a human being is one who has been given a brain so that he can realize God. When a child is in the mother's womb, he cries out in pain and begs God to forgive him. He says, after birth he will take God's name, but as soon as a child is born, he forgets his promise to God. It is to remind us of this promise that the true Guru appears. A Guru helps us to get rid of the greatest disease called ego, which otherwise is impossible to leave. A Guru is perfect, pure, and all-powerful. If a Guru so choose, he can rid us of the cycle of birth and death. He saves us from drowning in the sea of desire and materialism. He comes to remove our doubts and superstitions. As Guru said, मैं ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਭਰਮ ਦੂਰ ਕਰਨ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਬਿੱਲੀ ਰਾਸਤਾ ਕੱਟ ਜਾਏ ਤਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਬਿੱਲੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਟਿਕ ਸਕਦਾ. I have come to rid you of your false beliefs and misconceptions. When a cat cuts your path, you believe it will bring bad luck. Who is bigger, the cat or God? Nothing is greater than God or His name. When He gives you the stamp of His approval, nothing can stop you. You are then fully blessed. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਬਲੈਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ? ਕੁਝ ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲੂਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕੋਈ ਖੜਾ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਸਕੂਗਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੁਆਰ ਖੁੱਲ ਜਾਣਗੇ. Meaning, you cannot make out how blessed you are. You will realize this after a few years when you will see that no one can stand in front of you and all your doors are opened. असली गुरु रसिक वैरागी होना सिखांदे हैं, पूरा रसिक होना नरकां विच पा देंदे हैं ते पूरा वैरागी भी गृहस्थ छाड़ा देंदा है. A true guru doesn't tell you to wear saffron robes and go to the jungles to find God. He will in fact tell you to strike a balance between his duties in this world and his duties towards God. If an individual is stuck in materialism, he is walking towards hell. And if an individual leaves his home and duties to search God, he will never succeed. ਗ੍ਰਹਸਥ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ. ਗ੍ਰਹਸਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ. ਜਦੋਂ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਵਾਈਫ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਵਾਈਫ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਦੀ, ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਸੁੱਖ ਕहीं ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਇਹੀ ਸਵਰਗ ਹੈ. The life of a householder is a must, and remembering God while staying in the family is important. When a husband looks after his wife and a wife looks after a husband, then there is no happiness greater than this. This is heaven. ਜਦੋਂ ਰੱਬ ਰੂਠ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੀ ਰੂਠ ਜਾਏ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਥਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ. If God is not happy with you, you still have a guru who will help and guide you. But if your guru is displeased with you, then you have no place to refuge left in the entire universe. Such is the importance of a guru. ਗੁਰੂ ਲੱਖ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਕੱਖ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਬਲੈਸਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. ਗੁਰੂ ਬਲੈਸਿੰਗਸ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਵਾਪਸ ਵੀ ਲੈ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. A guru has the ability to bless you with a million things, and if you don't know how to take from a guru, you can end up with a blessing worth nothing. Also, if a guru sees that his blessing is causing you to develop an ego, or if you are using his blessings in the wrong way, he can take back his blessings. A guru puts us under the hammer to bring out our essence, yet keeping his loving hand over us so that we don't break. He then prepares us to receive his knowledge. A guru deals with our soul. If you are not prepared to keep your logic and doubts out, you will never progress. Guruji too believed that logic has no place in this temple. ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਆਪਣਾ logic और दिमाग ਜੋੜਿਆਂ ਕੋਲ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਆਓ. When you come to me, leave your logic and bring out where you remove your shoes. If you cannot leave your logic behind, don't come to a guru. Guru bin gyan na upjaye, guru bin malai na mosh, guru bin lakhai na satya ko, guru bin meete na dosh. Kabir. There can't any knowledge without a guru. There won't be any salvation without a guru. There won't be any realization of truth without guru. And there won't be any removal of flaws without a guru. Do not be your own guru. When you go to a true guru, leave everything to him and do as he says. We only see in parts, but a guru sees the whole picture. All your problems become the guru's headache once he taken you under his wing. He only seeks complete surrender. Once you give him that, all your worries will be taken care of. A guru is above God. Guru number 1 ਤੇ ਹੈ. ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਰੱਬ ਤੀਜੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਹੈ. A true guru is at number 1 position. Then comes his disciple, and on number 3 is God. ਰੱਬ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੇਖ ਲਿਖ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨੀਚੇ ਭੇਜ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਗੁਰੂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪੁੱਠੇ ਲੇਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਅੱਗੇ ਰੱਬ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਚਲਦੀ। Guru writes your destiny and sends you to earth. A guru is one who can change your destiny. If he so pleases in front of a guru, then God does not have much of a say. Many people have questioned us to why Guruji make people stand up and narrate their personal incidences. The answer is simple. Guru ਦੀ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਕਰਨੀ ਪਠ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ भी ਵੱਡੀ ਹੈ। सारे ग्रह सीधे हो जाते हैं ते ज़ुबान शुद्ध होती है। Praising your guru is much greater than doing prayers. All your bad karmas get sorted out. A guru not just purifies your speech but also your soul. Guruji, how does the soul look? I asked. ਤੁਹਾਡੀ soul ਮਾਚਿਸ ਤੇ ਲੱਗੀ ਮਸਾਲੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ soul ਹੀ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਹਾਂ, ਬਾਕੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਦਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਕੀੜੇ ਮਕੌੜੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਹੋ। Your soul is as big as the black spot on a matchstick. When you come to me, I only see your soul. I cannot see anything else. You all seem like small insects to me. He replied. Guruji then narrated a story to us. Pandavas went to Lord Krishna and asked him that when they were following him for so long, then why he gave the entire kingdom to the Kauravas. On hearing this, Lord Krishna replies, by giving them the kingdom and all the wealth, I have put them in Maya. As for you, I am cleaning your soul. मैं भी ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਕਰਨ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ। ਜਿਸ ਦਿਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ। I too have come to purify your souls. The day your soul gets purified, you will find everything. ABC of Guruji. Guruji once told us that there is an ABC that applied to his disciples. No accusing, no blaming, no criticizing, and unconditional love and hope. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਇੱਛਾ ਦੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਾ, ਫਿਰ ਦੇਖੋ ਨਜ਼ਾਰੇ, meaning love me without any conditions and expectations, and then see what I will do for you. Hope ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ। ਜਦੋਂ hope ਛੱਡ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ negativity attract ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ। When you give up hope, you attract negativity. Guruji, how does one find out who is a true guru and who isn't? I asked Guruji. ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਪਬਲਿਸਿਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ। ਉਹ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਾਡੀਗਾਰਡ ਔਰ ਗਨਮੈਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖੂਗਾ। ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਵਰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਤੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੂਗਾ। ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ 100 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਤਪੱਸਿਆ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ। ਉਸਦੇ ਮਸਤਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੂਰ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਉਸਦਾ ਮਾਥਾ ਰੌਸ਼ਨੀ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਚਮਕੂਗਾ। ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਕੁੱਤੇ, ਮੋਰ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਪਹਿਚਾਣ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣਗੇ। A true guru does not require publicity. A true guru will never keep a bodyguard or gunman around him. If the guru is true, he will have enough power to protect himself. If he can't protect himself, how will he protect his disciples? His body will be fragrant, and fragrance comes from meditating for 100 years. His forehead will have a shine. His face will glow. Dogs, peacocks, and other animals will sense if a true guru is nearby and will start to make a lot of noise. I have noticed all the above signs in Guruji. Whenever Guruji went for a walk at the lake in Chandigarh, the moment he put his foot down, thousands of peacocks and dogs would start making a commotion. Guruji, we cannot give you anything. What should a disciple then offer to you or to your photographs? I asked, and he replied, Mahapurush, ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਬੁੱਕੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਸ ਪਿਆਰ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਰਧਾ ਹੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਫੂਲ ਚੜਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ। ਗੁਰੂ ਕभी ਬਾਦਾਮ ਤੇ ਪਿਸਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੜਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। A true guru is only hungry for love and faith. You must always refrain from putting almonds and pistachios in front of my photographs. Always put flowers instead. A guru likes a disciple who is humble and devoid of any ego. Ego is one thing that a guru will never tolerate in a disciple and will constantly keep testing him till he lets go of this evil. किस गल दा अलंकार, किस गल दा अहंकार, नीवे हो जाओ। नीवे रुखा ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਫਲ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਹੈ। ਨੀਵੀਂ ਤਨ ਤੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਪਾਣੀ ਆਪ ਚਲ ਕੇ ਆਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਨੀਵੇਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਬਲੈਸਿੰਗਸ ਆਪ ਚਲ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। मूर्खों के हम दास, बस एक गल याद रखो। Why this ego? Become humble and remember what trees that bear maximum fruit on them are always leaning low, just as water flows on its own to low-lying areas. Similarly, blessings come on their own to those who are humble. Don't argue with the ignorant. Never be arrogant, as it never pays in the long run. बकरी सारी उम्र में मैं करती है, पर जद मरदी है उसदी जमदे तुम्बा ਬੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਤੂੰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਪਛਤਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਰੱਬ ਬਸ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੈ। A goat all its life does meh, but when it dies, its skin is used to make a musical instrument that makes out the sound of tutu. After its death, it realizes its mistake and then tells God that God, there is only you and no one but you. A guru to test you may give you everything you want and then quietly watches if you are able to handle it, or will you get arrogant. If even a bit of arrogance or ego creeps into you, you are at a risk of losing everything. मैं 8 पौड़ियाँ फटाफट चढ़ा देंदा हाँ। 9वीं पौड़ी ते आके मैं पिछली 8 पौड़ियाँ खिंच लेंदा हाँ। जिन्हें अहंकार ना कीता वो ठीक है, वरना बंदा अहंकार दे मारे फिर पहली पैड़ी ते पहुँच जांदा। I, in order to test my disciple, will at first make him climb the 8 stairs to spiritual progress quickly. When he reaches the 9th and the final step, I remove all the 8. Most of the time, the disciple will develop ego and arrogance and will fall down to the first step again. Very few, 1 in a million, can pass this test. A guru will many times praise others in front of you just to see what thoughts go on in your mind. If you don't get jealous of anyone, you are a true disciple. Don't let jealousy eat into your soul, for then even the guru will forsake you till you can overcome jealousy on your own. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਭਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ। Meaning, when you think that Guruji has done someone's work and not done yours, then your spiritual progress goes back by 5 years. Never ask from your guru. A guru will know what to give and what is the best time to give it. If your guru is not giving you something, remember there may be a greater good in the delay, or maybe that thing is not good for you at all. Let the guru be the best judge of it. गुरु को एक मांगना ਹੁੰਦਾ है तो एक ਮੰਨਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ है. There is something called asking from a guru and another thing as believing in accepting guru. ਮੰਗਿਆ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ। ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਣਾ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਲਤ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੰਗ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੀ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੰਗ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਆ ਪਤਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਮੰਗੋ ਨਾ, ਜਿਸ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਰੱਖੇ रहना चाहिदा है. Never ask for anything from a guru. You don't know what is God for you. When you keep asking, I have to give. You may ask for something that is not good for you, or you may ask for something too small. I may want to give you something bigger, so don't ever ask. The way your guru keeps you remain happy in those circumstances. Guruji would often tell my mother, Sukhi auntie, you have 1 kg gold in your locker, and my mother would always correct him and say, No, Guruji, I hardly have anything. Many times he would, out of the blue, tell her, You will have a house in Jaipur, or open up a petrol pump, and again my mother would say that he didn't want anything but him. Then finally one day Guruji made these vachans, ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਮਹਾਪੁਰਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਟੋਕੋ ਮਤ. ਮੈਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿ ਰਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਬਲੈਸਿੰਗਸ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ. ਮੇਰੇ ਕਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਟੋਕੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਬਲੈਸਿੰਗਸ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. whenever I am saying something, never stop or try to correct me, because this is my way of blessing you. By my saying something, things will happen, and if you stop me, then the blessings stop there. In Jalandhar, Guruji had his astrological chart made by another very saintly person who was known to be very accurate with his calculations. My mother and I were present there when he read out Guruji's chart. Guruji ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਖਾਨੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਸਿਵਾਏ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਤੇ ਮਾਇਆ. ਇਹ ਇੰਨੇ ਪਾਵਰਫੁਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਚਾਹਾਂ ਸੂਰਜ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ ਨਾਲ ਗਿਰਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈ. ਬੀਬਾ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨਾ ਕਹੋ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਹੈ, ਜਗਤ ਦੀ ਜੋਤ ਹੈ. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਰ ਕਹੋ. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ 3 ਲੋਕ ਐਸੇ ਦਿਖਦੇ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ 'ਤੇ ਰੱਖਾ ਹੁਆ ਆਮਲਾ. Guruji has all his planets in one section of his chart, except the ones that deal with his marriage and money. He is so powerful that if he wishes, he can drop the rays of the sun with his hand. He then told us not to think of Guruji as just an ordinary guru. He is in fact the light of the world, the creator himself. He can see the 3 worlds on the palm of his hand, like we humans would see a gooseberry kept on our palm. While sitting in his room, one day Guruji asked my mother, Sukhi auntie, ਦੱਸ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਸਮਝਦੀ ਹੈ? Tell me, who do you think I am? My mother replied, Guruji, ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਹੋ, ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹੋ, meaning I think of you as my master, the creator of this world. He did the following satsang with the 2 of us. मेरा कोई फॉर्म ना है, मैं लाइट विचों फॉर्म ले के आया हाँ. मैं शिव नहीं, महाशिव हाँ. मैं अपनी फाइल आप कढ़ के आंदा हाँ. मर्जी नाल आंदा है ते मर्जी नाल जांदा हाँ. मैं कोई गुरु नहीं धरिया, मैं 10 द्वार तो भी ਉੱਤੇ ਹਾਂ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਰਗਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਲਿਆਣ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਸਲੀ ਰੂਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਬੈਠ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਡਰ ਕੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਨਾ ਆਵੋਗੇ. ਰੋਜ਼ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਸੂਰਜ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਹੈ. ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਹੁਕਮ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮਰ ਵੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਸ਼ਤਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਚਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੱਢਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ. ਮੈਂ ਹੱਥ ਲਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਰੋਮ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਆਉਣ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ 10 ਅਸ਼ਵਮੇਘ ਯੱਗਾਂ ਦਾ ਫਲ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੁਰੇ ਕਰਮ ਜਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅੱਛੇ ਕਰਮ ਉਭਰ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੈ. ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਦਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਰਟ ਅਲੱਗ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ। ਉੜਦੀ ਹੋਈ ਚਿੜੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਫੜਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੁਆ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਕੀਮਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਵਾਂਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਕਿ ਕੌਣ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਗਤ ਤਮਾਸ਼ਾ ਦੇਖਾ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ। I do not have a form. I have taken form from light. I am not Shiv. I am Mahashiv. I take out my own file and came to earth. I come and go and at will. I have no guru. I am above the 10 dwars. I had to look like one of you to come and bless you all. If I show you my real roop, you will all run away with fear. You people are living in dirt. I had to come in this dirt to take you out of it. By touching me, your every pore of your being gets purified. Each time you come to me, you get the benefit of 10 Ashwamedh Yagyas. With my blessings, your bad karmas get burned and good karmas are brought out. I can separate each part of my body. You people cannot even understand me. Like a man runs after a flying bird and does not notice the one sitting next to him. Similarly, you run after false gurus and pandits but are unaware of who I am. When I leave this body, then you will remember me and realize who had actually come to bless you. The true blessings of a guru can only be achieved when you remember him at all times and think of him to be next to you always. It is very important to love your guru and to love your guru with respect. ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਨਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਲਿਪਸਟਿਕ ਵੀ ਲਾਓ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੀ ਦਿਖੇ। Love your guru to such an extent that you see him in everything. Even when you are applying lipstick, you should see your guru in the lipstick. ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ, ਪਰ ਡਰ ਕੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰੋ। Love your guru by all means and love him true, but you must also have a fear of him. The day you lose the fear of your guru, your spiritual progress will stop. लोग मेरे कोल छोटी छोटी चीज़ां ਮੰਗਾ आंदे हैं। असली चीज़ कोई नहीं मांगदा जिसदा मेरे कोल भंडार है। People come to me asking for small things, but no one comes to ask me for the one thing that I have in abundance. A spiritual master has within him the powers to carry 1,000,000 souls in his arms and take them through all the realms and grant them liberation. How many of us go to a guru with this aim in mind? We have all at some point of time asked for small meaningless things like wanting children, jobs, a house, cure from an ailment, etc. A living guru is a blessing. Not all of us are blessed with, and if you have one or had one, then you are truly blessed. Whenever you go to a guru, even if the guru asks you as to what you want, always say Baksh de or bless me. Never ask for anything. A true guru is aware of your problems and needs, and when the time is right, will give everything without your asking. In fact, will give you more than you could have ever asked for. Such is the greatness of a true master. Je mang ke litta te ki litta, meaning taking a blessing by asking for it has no charm. Guruji often said this and stressed on the fact that a guru should never be told about your problems. A guru always knows. If a guru has to be told of your problems, then he got a true guru. Then he can never get a true guru. Getting something from your guru without having to ask for it has its own charm. Kalyug vich Rab bahut cheti mil janda hai. In this Kalyug, it is very easy to attain God. मैं ਤਾਂ ਸਸਤੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਕਰ ਲਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਰ ਤੇ ਐਸ਼ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ। Meaning, you have not had to go through struggles to find me. You have found a guru easily, therefore you don't know my value. Enjoy while you can at my cost. The meaning and importance of these words by Guruji never struck me till I came across this small Sakhi. Raja Janak was a very spiritual king. Before sitting on his throne, he would touch the feet of 9 rishis and take their blessings in order to remain humble and grounded. Sahadev Muni did meditation for 12 years in order to make Raja Janak his guru. One day, when Sahadev Muni goes to Raja Janak, he sees him dressed in his finest clothes, wearing lots of jewels, and pronouncing a sentence of a 20-year imprisonment to a dacoit. Sahadev Muni is not impressed and goes back to the meditation for another 12 years. Once again, he goes to Raja Janak and sees that he is busy listening to satsang when one of the soldiers came to him and tell him that the kingdom is at risk of getting burdened. Go away. Can't you see I am listening to satsang? Don't disturb me. After some time, the soldier again comes and says that the fire has reached the gates of his kingdom. Again, Raja Janak scolds the soldier and tells him to go away. Sahadev Muni had left his few belongings that he had at the gates of the kingdom and runs to save them from getting burned. Raja Janak then tells Sahadev, just to save a few of your belongings, you ran away. Look at me, my whole kingdom was at risk, yet I didn't leave the satsang. You are not yet ready to have a guru. Sahadev Muni goes back to meditate for another 12 years, and on his way he starts to criticize Raja Janak. Narad Muni, taking pity on Sahadev and not wanting him to lose his spiritual progress by criticizing a true saint like Raja Janak, comes to his rescue. He takes the form of an ordinary man and goes to Sahadev Muni, who is sitting under a tree. There's a river flowing not far from where Sahadev Muni is sitting. Naradji takes a basket full of sand and starts to put it into the river. For 1 hour he keeps digging sand and puts it into the water. After an hour, when Naradji comes to sit with Sahadev Muni questions him, what have you been doing with the sand? I was trying to make a bridge, said Naradji. Sahadev Muni laughs and says, you have wasted your time. All the sand you had put in got washed away with the current of the water. You have wasted 1 hour, Naradji replies. I have just wasted 1 hour of my time. But by criticizing a saintly man like Raja Janak, you have lost 6 years of your spiritual journey. By criticizing or hurting someone who has a clear heart, good karmas get burned out very fast. Sahadev Muni realizes his mistakes and goes back to Raja Janak after 12 years of meditation. On seeing Sahadev again, Raja Janak orders his servants to throw him out. This time Sahadev does not feel bad and is humbled. After passing this test, Raja Janak orders Sahadev to go stand under the window from where all the rishis are throwing out their leftover food. Sahadev goes and stands under the window with all leftover food being thrown on him. This also does not affect him since he has learned to be humble. Again Raja Janak hands Sahadev a bowl of oil full to the brim and tells him to roam the palace. He sends a guard with him with the orders that even if a drop falls out, Sahadev is to be beheaded. To test Sahadev, Raja Janak displays his jewels all over the palace and has girls dancing to distract him. On his return, Raja Janak asks him, did you drop any oil? Didn't you see my jewels and diamonds? This time Sahadev Muni falls at Raja Janak's feet, and finally after 36 years of meditation, he is accepted by his Guru. After having read this, I realized what Guruji meant when he said God can be found easily in Kali Yuga. And I'm ever so grateful to him for accepting us all and taking us under his wing so easily. He was one Guru who was easily accessible to his disciples. Jai Guruji, Sangat Ji, Jai Guruji.